Swadika, thank you for joining us on Newsline for Tuesday, September 30th of 2014. I'm Sandra Hanutsaha. Welcome to today's segment of Thailand Moves Forward, broadcasting live on NBT. In today's top story, Thailand earned 2 more gold medals in the 2014 Asian Games from cycling and tennis on Monday. And now on to today's headlines. Prime Minister General Prayut Chan-o-cha attended a retirement ceremony in Nakhon Nayok province during his official visit to deliver a farewell message to his fellow soldiers retiring this year. Prime Minister General Prayut has flown to Nakhon Nayok's Julajom Glao Royal Military Academy, where he delivered his farewell message as the Army Chief. He expressed his appreciation to all those who were scheduled to retire at the end of September by saying that he was grateful to have worked with each and every one of them over the years. There are 262 military officers who are retiring, including General Prayut himself. A military parade and an aerial parade were also held to honor those veterans for their services in the armed forces, as well as their contribution and commitment to serve and protect the people and the nation. Police General Adun Sangsengao visited the Police Aviation Division on Monday for his final inspection of the unit as Royal Thai Police Commissioner ahead of his upcoming retirement from the police force. Police General Adun, who is also the Minister of Social Development and Human Security, paid homage to the monument honoring distinguished figures of the Aviation Division and observed a parade of crowd control policemen and personnel of the Aviation Division. During the event, the outgoing police chief asked his juniors to work by focusing on service to the public and to forge collaborations with other agencies in accomplishing tasks. He also promised that from now on he will work to his best extent in his new capacity as Minister of Social Development and Human Security. He added that he will be addressing the issues of underprivileged members of the public and the preparation of the populace for the integration into the ASEAN Economic Community, or AEC. More than half of the newly appointed members of the National Legislative Assembly, or NLA, have reported to the Senate Secretariat after the royal endorsement was granted over the weekend. On the first day of the new NLA members are invited to confirm their appointment. 16 out of 28 newly appointed Assembly members reported themselves to the Secretariat of the Senate. All the new NLA members, half of which are senior armed forces officers, were royally endorsed over the weekend. Their appointments made after 8 people resigned to take up ministerial posts in the government of Prime Minister General Prayut Chan-o-cha have increased the total number of the NLA members to 220 from 192. Among those who showed up at the Senate Secretariat on Monday were former 4th Army Region Commander General Udomchai Thamasarorat, former Special Warfare Command Chief General Bodok Bunak, and Secretary General of the Securities and Exchange Commission Warapon Sokatiyanurak. The remaining new NLA members are to report themselves to the Senate Secretariat before October 1st. The Election Commission, or EC, has expressed its willingness to work in full scale with the to-be-appointed National Reform Council, or NRC. EC Chairman Supachai Somjaran has mentioned about the coming about of the National Reform Body, saying he would not be surprised or let down if the list of National Reform Council, or NRC, members did not include those individuals from independent organizations. He also noted that the matter would not affect the work of both private and government agencies. The chairman went on to say that the EC would be willing to work in collaboration with the NRC in order to bring reform across all dimensions. He also expected that the work and the duties of the NRC would be in accordance with the roadmap that was outlined by the National Council for Peace and Order, or NCPO. The roadmap aims to restore peace and order, promote unity, and bring sustainable democracy to Thailand and its people. Prime Minister's Office Minister Mamluang Panatadisakul has welcomed Singaporean Ambassador Choi Se-san, who came to discuss administrative matters with the Thai official. The meeting between Mamluang Panata and Ms. Chua took place at Government House. The minister said after the meeting that the ambassador thanked the Thai government for the good relations between the two countries, especially those between government units. Thai and Singaporean government units had been exchanging academic information and supporting each other. The two countries' tourism cooperation is also improving, showing that Thai and Singaporean people were united. The ambassador also extended her best wishes to Thailand and the Thai people and gave her moral support for them. She said the Singaporean Prime Minister congratulated his Thai counterpart, General Prayut Chan-o-cha, on his appointment as the Thai Premier and invited him to officially visit Singapore. The Royal Thai Consulate General in Hong Kong has confirmed that no Thai was injured during the recent crackdown on protesters in Hong Kong. The Thai people there were only affected by inconveniences when traveling on the island. The Consulate General announced that it had not yet issued a warning against traveling to Hong Kong, where the protest was taking place. Consisting mainly of students, the protest was dispersed with the use of tear gas by Hong Kong police officers. As for the volcanic eruption in Japan on the 27th of September, the Royal Thai Embassy in Tokyo has already inspected the 3 Thai families living near the volcano and found that everyone was safe. No Thai was injured or killed by the incident. The Ministry of Finance has announced that it will revise Thailand's GDP growth projection slightly down, saying it hopes that the government's economic stimulus measures will help the Thai economy expand by 2% a year. Director of the Fiscal Policy Office, Grisada Jina Wicharana, said the office predicted that the Thai GDP growth rate this year would stand between 1.6 to 2%, and the export growth rate would be less than 1%, lower than the previous projection of 1.5%. The lower projection for the export sector would affect the country's economic expansion in 2014, which also depended on the government's stimulus measures, said the director. As for the economy, in August of 2014, there were contractions in consumption, exports, investment, tourism, and industry. Exports were worth $18.9 billion, decreasing by 7.4%, and the number of tourists was 2.08 million people, decreasing by 11.9%. The Commerce Ministry is planning to increase the market shares of Thai organic rice in both domestic and world markets to resolve the problems of falling rice prices and also tap the rising popularity for health products among consumers. Director General of the Department of Internal Trade, or DIT, Jintana Thayawanagan, has gone down to inspect an organic rice production farm owned by the Farm Suk Company in Sarapuri Central Province. According to Ms. Jintana, the farm provides a model for other organic rice growers to boost quality of their produce. She also said that the demand for organic rice is continuously on the rise, as a number of consumers have become increasingly cautious about their health. Meanwhile, Mr. Kan Trai Thong, the owner of Farm Suk, revealed that the capital cost for an organic farm of rice is only around 3,000 baht per rai, since the crop does not require pesticides or chemicals. Organic rice currently fetches a price of up to 10,000 baht per ton in the market. The high demand, both in local and international markets, has made organic rice an attractive source of investment. The stock exchange of Thailand, or SET index, yesterday dropped hard by 14.37 points, settling at 1,585.79 with turnover of 60.92 billion baht. The day's top 5 trading stocks were Bangkok Bank, True Corporation, Advanced Info Service, Sing Estate, and PTT. KT Zimico securities analysts viewed that yesterday's fall due mainly to short selling from investors after the market has built up momentum throughout last week. The analysts view that the trend is likely to repeat itself today, urging investors, however, to be on the lookout for the meeting result of the European Central Bank scheduled on Thursday. Nonetheless, the analysts predicted that today the market's support and resistance levels would be at likely 1,585 and 1,615 points, respectively. The Vegetarian Festival, or Tisakan Day, is in full swing now around the country, and those who avoid eating meat still have several days to go. There's going to be a second Vegetarian Festival, too, for the first time in 182 years, which starts in about a month. NBT World's Joel Gershon went to the Yawarat section of Bangkok for this report about the festival.
It's the 9th Asian lunar month right now, which means that it's vegetarian festival time in Thailand, when Thai people of Chinese descent and others who choose to join in eat completely vegetarian for 9 days in order to purify their mind, body, and spirit. The vegetarian food, which in Thai is called ahan jae, has no eggs, dairy product, or even onions or garlic. And many of the dishes that are ordinarily cooked with meat use interesting substitutes made of soy or other vegetarian ingredients. This year, the festival falls on September 24th to October 2nd, and devotees of the festival will only wear white and will also give up alcohol and physical relations. In Bangkok, in the Chinatown section, or Yawarat, you can find a huge selection of vegetarian or J restaurants and food stalls, which are marked by yellow flags. So is this a special tradition for you every year to celebrate?
Oh yeah, every year the people have a celebration. Is not eat the beef, only vegetable, make you healthy.
On opening day of the festival, there was a parade down the main Yawarat road where there were Chinese dragon dances and a woman representing Guan Yin, the Chinese goddess of mercy. The governor of Bangkok, Sukamban Boripat, was also on hand to celebrate the occasion.
Celebration of the vegetarian time, everybody love it. Yeah, so I come here, so powerful. Allow the world coming. Come to Thailand, the beautiful small country. Let everybody have a good time.
I regretfully ate like a couple hours ago and I'm still full, but it's not going to be a deterrent because I'm going to start sampling right away.
Especially because you love vegetarian food. She's a vegetarian freak when it comes to food, and so this is right up her alley. We just happened to be seeing the Golden Buddha, saw all the stands, and just this amazing food, amazing colors.
The Vegetarian Festival is celebrated in other locations around Thailand, but nowhere as intense as in Phuket, where many participants take their purification to another level by piercing their faces with sharp objects. They also walk across hot coals and go into trances. So if you want to try to purify your soul, or maybe just enjoy some animal-free food, it's not hard to spot restaurants and food stalls serving veggie food, as they're the ones with the yellow flags. And if you're really enjoying abstaining from meat, a second vegetarian festival will take place from October 24th to November 1st for the first time in 182 years, as this year is an unusual lunar calendar.
Thank you to Do Goshan for that report. And in today's segment of Now or Never, Dr. Yongyut Mayalap, the civilian spokesperson of the National Council for Peace and Order, or NCPO, will talk about foreign investments in Thailand.
Welcome to Now or Never, the program that updates you on the achievements of the National Council for Peace and Order, or NCPO, and the work progress of the government. The time is now for all Thais to unite, to move the country forward, and to push for reform in all dimensions to strengthen Thailand in a sustainable way. On the matter of key economic developments that involve promoting investment and marketing, the government's policy implementation will be divided into 3 phases. The urgent phase that involves immediate actions, the intermediate phase that will deal with a number of pending fundamental problems, and the long-term phase which will concern laying the foundations for sustainable and strong growth. The government has stimulated investments by expediting the approval process for potential investment projects. In the first 8 months of 2014, from January to August 2014, a total of 886 investment proposals worth 416.5 billion baht were submitted to the BOI. This is obviously a positive trend compared with those during the previous 7 months. Among the proposals seeking investment support in the first 8 months of 2014, 458 or 52% were new projects that had never been invested before in Thailand. This reflects confidence by new investors towards Thailand. The country's well-defined investment policies focus on liberalization and promote free trade. Foreign investments, especially those that contribute to the development of skills, technology, and innovation, are actively promoted by the government. Thailand consistently ranks among the most attractive investment locations in international surveys, and the World Bank's 2014 Ease of Doing Business report places Thailand as the 18th easiest country in the world and the 5th ranked country in Southeast Asia in which to do business. Likewise, the United Nations Conference on Trade and Development, or UNCTAD, ranks Thailand as the 8th most attractive host economy in the world. Numerous government agencies support investors. Through the Board of Investment, the government offers a range of tax incentives, support services, and import duty exemptions or reductions for an extensive list of promoted activities. Companies receiving investment promotion privileges from the Board of Investment are not subject to foreign equity restrictions in the manufacturing sector, and there are no local content requirements or export requirements, as Thailand's investment regime is in total compliance with WTO regulations. สวัสดีครับ
And that's the end of today's edition of Thailand Moves Forward. Before the break, here's a look at the exchange rates and commodity prices.
Open the world of information. Embrace public participation. Present Thailand to the world. New dimension of the government's public relations. The 81st anniversary of Public Relations Department. Creative media for society and mobilizing Thailand towards the ASEAN community.
Welcome back. You're watching Newsline, and it's time for us to take a look at the news from around the world. Japan's Prime Minister Shinzo Abe offered his condolences to the victims of the volcano eruption as casualties rose yesterday. 10 people were confirmed dead by the police yesterday, bringing the total number to 31. Prime Minister Abe said officials will continue to put full efforts on the rescue operation, adding that the government will be on guard for further eruptions and protect the lives of citizens from this. The eruption of the 3,067-meter Mount Ontake volcano, 200 kilometers west of Tokyo, took place on Saturday as the popular hiking site was packed with climbers, including children, admiring autumn foliage. More than 500 rescuers have been combing the summit, plowing through knee-deep ash and passing mountain lodges with holes punched in their roofs by rocks shot out of the volcano. Algeria's foreign minister, during his speech to the United Nations General Assembly, asked the world to help the poor who are affected by the Ebola outbreak in Africa. Algeria's Minister of Foreign Affairs, Ramtane Lamamra, said Algeria adds its voice to that of the Secretary General of the UN in urging the UN system agencies and other donors, as well as NGOs, to quickly provide international assistance needed by African countries that have been hit by Ebola. He also pledged his country's support to counter terrorist and extremist groups, including the militant Islamist group Islamic State, which has taken over large swaths of Syria and Iraq and has been recruiting foreign jihadist fighters to help it establish a caliphate in the Middle East. And Thailand earned 2 more gold medals in the 2014 Asian Games from cycling and tennis on Monday. In cycling, Juthatip Manipan clocked in at 3 hours, 39 minutes and 33 seconds to finish first in the women's road event. Trailing right on her heels were Vietnam's Thi Tat Nguyen, who was awarded the silver, and defending champion Salmia Yu of Taiwan, who was awarded the bronze. Dan Peng Nontasin, Thailand's other hopeful, finished 21st. Later in the day, longtime national tennis team player Tamarine Tanasukan teamed up with Laksika Kamkam in the women's doubles event to snatch Thailand's 6th gold medal at the Incheon Games. The pair beat Taiwanese Su Siwei and Chin Wei Chan 5-7, 6-3, and 10-3. The victory earned the 37-year-old Tamarine her first gold medal at the Asian Games, where she had represented Thailand 6 times. Speaking to reporters after the match, a visibly excited Tamarine, or Tammy, recounted how she spent years chasing after a gold after having taken 2 silvers and 2 bronzes into her possession. And that's it for today's edition of Newsline. For any comments or suggestions, please feel free to email them to us at newsline.nbt@gmail.com. You can also follow us on Facebook by simply typing in NNT, and you can check out our website at thainews.prd.go.th/newsing. We're going to say goodbye with the beautiful scenery of colorful jellyfish in Trat province. Have a good day. I'm Sandra Han Utsaha. Sawadee ka.